CUEXTV to you on YouTube has been a real labor of love, but we're going to ask one little favor, that you click on the like option below and the subscribe option below. That's right, like us and subscribe to us. And if you want to know every time we load up a video, you can click on the notification bell and that will let you know every time we load up a video. But if you don't want to necessarily know every time we load up a video, you just want to like us and subscribe to us, just click on those options below so that we can continue bringing you this channel for years to come. Thank you for watching CUEXTV. Hello and welcome to this edition of Caribbean House Talk. In Caribbean House Talk, we always aim to bring you the issues that are funny, curious, and even carefully serious. And today's Caribbean House Talk, we have quite a bit of show lined up for you. And I'm here with my lovely ladies, my co-host, Hyacinth Harrison, representing Jamaica. Yours truly, Trish St. Hill, representing St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Alma Weiss, representing St. Vincent and the Grenadines as well. And Caroline Mitchell Davis, representing the USA and Barbados. So, ladies, you look quite festive. Are you ready to roll?
Yeah.
Look at this one over here, looking all springy and oh my goodness, floral stuff.
Spring is in the air.
Oh, yes, it's quite representing this for the season. We always, as usual, start with our spicy dish segment. And our spicy dish, we put some pieces of paper there with topics on it, and we just pass it around for the cast to basically pick something out, and we discuss it. And then we go to the Dear Help Team section, which is just somebody may question us to kind of talk about something. And we talk about it. It might be something about particular thing that a lot of people have questioned with, whether it's about your car, leasing versus buying, or how would you handle such and such, right? Now, I must say this, that the Spicy Dish segment is often a little too rich for the blood of children, so to speak. It's not appropriate for small children. So if you have small children, because we're not sure exactly what's going to come out, some things are okay, but some things may not be appropriate. So you want to, if you have small children, let them leave the room. All right, ladies, so you ready to roll?
Ready.
All right. So let me just make sure my little peekaboo blouse is not showing too much. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to have you pick out our first topic.
Okay. Here we go. Is it wrong for a man to get a DNA test for a child behind its mother's back if he has doubts?
So you have a child with someone as a male. I mean, thank God we women don't have to go through that unless they mix them up at the hospital. It's ours. But you have fathers. And this is happening in my family with one of my brothers. Two of my brothers, actually. One was given a wrong child, and he supported the child until about a year old. The other one, a woman attempted, but he was smart enough to say, no, we're going to have a DNA test because you weren't just dealing with me. So if you're with someone, and it might even be your spouse or a steady person or someone you live with, you have a child and you're looking at this child that has nothing. I just have this problem with centering. I got to make sure that I have my little obsessive stuff. Okay. So you have a child and you're looking at this child and you're saying it has nothing for me. Nothing, not a fingernail, not a nothing, and you have some doubts. Is it okay to go pluck a piece of hair and take that child's DNA and go have it tested? Would that be sneaky? I mean, or would you feel?
I think it's sneaky.
It is sneaky, but do you think it's wrong if the person has doubts?
It's not wrong, but you should discuss it with his partner.
That's exactly how I feel.
You know, if you have a doubt, you have a discussion, and then you go forward. Now, if she says can't be done, then there's reason for doubt. Mm-hmm. You do something else, but it's wrong.
It's a tricky thing because one of my brothers, he has a child that they'll talk in the family that, oh, that's not his kid, and he did have a DNA test and it was his child. You know, now it might if the child knew about it, it might cause some bad feelings, and you say, well, why did he doubt? Just because I didn't look just like him. But he wasn't sneaky. He did do it with the mother of the child.
Yeah, that can take that child in a different tailspin altogether. Because as the child grows, that's going to be like, first and foremost, in his or her head, that my dad didn't think I was his daughter or his son, and then you start looking at your mother differently, and you know things change. It does take an effect. Whatever you do, there's ramifications, and I honestly think that if you have doubts about your child, discuss it with your child's mother, as Ms. Harrison said, and if she said no, well then you do what you have to do. But it should be a discussion. It should be a conversation.
I think
happens.
it depends on who you're dealing with. You wouldn't know who you're dealing with. If you have somebody that's going to fly off the handle, and God forbid if it isn't your child, hear me out. If we get, God forbid, if it is your child, no, she's going to hate your guts. The kid is going to hate your guts that you did that, because she's going to say all kind of things. Oh, he thought you want his. You want to have you tested behind my back. I mean, we want to have you tested. Sometimes the person might feel this is do it to keep the peace. If you have access to something with her DNA, I got my own DNA, I got access to the child, I'm not opposed to doing a little pluck and go have it done.
I'm
not saying it's right. I'm saying maybe it's necessary.
I think it's sneaky too. I agree, and I think that you should talk it over with your spouse. And if you
may not be a spouse, maybe some girl that you have this kid with is not a spouse.
Okay.
So talk it over.
Talk it over with your partner.
Yeah.
Okay. And my thing is, if you have to go underhanded to do this, then you knew something was going on from the beginning. This wasn't the person for you. You know what I'm saying? And so now you want to go and sneak tip. That's like a whole different thing. But I would talk it over with the person first. And again, just like it was said already, if the person is like totally against it, that's even more reason then to move forward.
Exactly. That gives you the okay to move forward.
Absolutely.
Knowing that you tried.
And men have a right, because you do have a lot of women who do things like that. Trickery, or whatever you want to call it, any way to trap a man. So they have a right to know for sure.
Well,
yes,
I'm not opposed to a little sneak depending on the situation. I think if you have somebody if you're with somebody who has an attitude problem, who is going to be flying out the handle and might put that child against you, and sometimes you might even want to save their reputation if the child is not yours. You might want to know, as opposed to just the child finding out later in life. I don't know. I think some of them are a little sneaky stuff. Maybe I'm clouded by the fact it happened once in my family and almost happened twice in my family. But I think sometimes it depends on who you're dealing with and how. But that's
whichever way you go on that, somebody's gonna resent you. Whether it's a child
They don't
or
have
the
to
child's
know.
mother.
Child should not even know.
The child should not know, but when the mother gets pissed, the child will find out.
And
Because
my way,
talk.
and my way, nobody's gonna know. Okay, let's say that my son goes and he has a child with somebody, and I'm looking at this picnic, and I said, this picnic look nothing. You know, look nothing like nothing for me. You know how my fingernail, not me but the pupper. You know how I Caribbean people know me. I said, no, I think I would have started my dicks on here. You know, we don't talk the lingo, the Caribbean one. So, me look at the picnic and me say, pick me now how one thing that look for me. You know how fingernail, you know how one eyebrow and nothing. You know what me do? Me get one piece of his hair. If me and his mother close enough, me get a piece of her hair, and me a close to pick me, make her straight go get test. Me sorry. That's just my opinion.
But Trish, I mean,
They don't have to know.
child, does the descendant of your son have to have something like you? I mean,
No, not me. I'm saying, I know my child. So I'm looking, my son is more of a brown complexion like me, right?
yeah.
He has my nose, I think. That's about it. If you see him, he looks just like his father. So a child is not to look exactly everything like one parent.
Yeah.
But he got my nose. He got my complexion. He got the father eyebrows. He got the father face. He got the father mannerism. He got the father... Okay.
I don't
You're
know.
going to have something. If I don't see nothing, I'm going to pluck.
I have a funny story. on that.
So you should pluck.
When my young son was born, no, my father's side, they're white. My father is white. My grandfather is white. So I expect something's going to happen at some point. Anyway, I was working with the United Nations, and my boss is an English woman, and very proper. So she comes to where I had the child, you know, and she went to look at the baby and she said, "Oh my God, that's a white kid. Does your husband see it?" I mean, very loudly, you know, "Is that your husband's child?" And she started putting doubt in my head, and here I am. I wasn't seeing anybody else.
Well, just about to say what? You thought maybe you got mixed up or something?
I didn't know what happened, but the kid just came out very, very, very light complexion, and then
most black babies do.
But wait,
They do,
then I realized that the nurse came in and she said, "You know, that's really, really horrible the way she said it. No, she's putting doubt in everybody's."
Oh,
Yeah, you
Was
know,
he born in the hospital?
he was born in the hospital
Okay.
that hospital in the Bronx. So of course, my husband is there, and what is the man going to think? He's having a white baby. The baby, he was just very, very light complexion. And then I said, and then it's a good thing Roy is the type of person he is. He said, let's go back. Your father is your father is white. Your grandfather is little white. Your father is mixed because
We're mixed,
my grandmother was Indian, so it was you know. So why couldn't the genes be? But every time I saw my boss, I started hating her because she sort of brought
has no
this
tact.
doubt even in my household.
That's crazy.
No
tact,
tact
no
for
tact.
an English woman. So finally we resolved it, and I spoke to her
How
about
did you
it.
resolve it?
I said, well, look, when I went back to work, I really had it out with her. I said, look, you had no right. That was, even if it's in your thought, you're supposed to keep it there. Well, she said,
Be tactful how you do it. This sounds really
and I
right.
said, I brought up so many things to that woman, but anyway, and then she called my husband and she apologized. She even apologized to the doctors. Finally, you should see Brandon now. His skin just, took on my golden skin.
Right. Yeah, a lot of my father is someone with some mixtures. He's a black man. His hair is African as they come, but he had very pale complexion. Because I think the two grandmothers, both his mother's mother and his father's father, were Caucasian women. But his grandfathers were black men. So my father came out with this very light skin, but African hair.
Yeah.
And never considered himself anything but a black man. Okay. But when my mother, who was like real Nubian, when she had her babies, they came out like looking like white babies. I mean, pale. But they're brung up once they get older, so it's not unusual. Get white brown.
That's
Even dark.
most
black babies.
children.
Yeah.
A lot of them are very, very pale, looking white, and then they darken up. Many of them will darken up later.
Yeah.
So that's,
You see, white people don't understand that stuff. You know what I mean? They came from us. We didn't come from them. You know, they don't understand that stuff. They just, oh my God, he has a baby that look what? No, that's typical for black babies. Okay.
yeah.
So we're gonna move on and let's do Miss Mitchell Davis.
Me? Okay. Alright. Here we go. Alright.
Pull it up, darling.
Let's see. What do we have today? Have you ever shared your sexual history with your significant other?
None of his damn business.
What is sexual history?
Like
I
there's
know.
some women.
You know what?
No, I'm telling you, there's some women that talk about all the experiences of other men with their new man. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And men do it too.
My mother always said, you don't tell a man everything.
Exactly, and it's none of his business.
Certain things you need to keep to yourself.
Yeah.
We tell a
Because
man
once you
nothing.
bring it out,
No, don't get me
then
wrong.
you leave things to question, and they don't tell you everything.
Exactly.
Either.
But I had an experience with a guy who he had gone away to study in Jamaica, and he would give me all his escapades with the girlfriends, and oh my God. And I was so young. It was my first boyfriend. I was so young, I didn't know any better. And I remember later on, as I got more experience and more, and more wise, I realized what a scumbag. Like, no real man does that. You know? Now, have I ever shared? No, I don't think that's your business. But have I probably shared too much? Like, you don't need to know who my first boyfriend was or who took my virginity. That's not your business. So I might have shared like that, but I don't go into it.
My mother would say, never let the left hand know what the right hand is thinking. That's it. You don't need to share anything.
That is true.
You don't have to share anything. Even if you went to jail, you didn't have to share that.
That's right.
You know, you just have,
Some things are better left unsaid.
unsaid.
Yeah.
Too much information sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't
Have
share
you shared
nothing.
too much? No.
No, you don't share nothing. I mean, that's your business. You don't need to bring that into your next relationship. Your relationship with that other person before it's done, let it stay there. It's done. It's gone. It's like burying the dead. You don't go dig up the dead every time. Yeah, you don't go dig it up every time. You give it. You have birth. You give birth to a new baby.
Right.
You just leave that thing alone. Let it be. Amen.
Yeah, but a lot of us, not necessarily us here, but a lot of women have been guilty of that, and a lot of men. They tell too much.
It's not.
And you need
It's
to
not.
leave it in the
That's why
past.
so much broken relationships are out there.
That's so true.
It's true.
Next topic.
Okay, would you like to work at the same job as your spouse? Not really.
No.
Or even run a business. Or even run a business.
No.
Find
a job.
If we're running a business, I don't know. That
No.
would be a very tricky thing for me, really.
Even if you're
Because I like to goof off and all that.
Even if you're running a business, his part of the business should take him away from where you are.
Yeah.
You know, it will work, but not together.
But it works for a lot of people, though.
Yeah, it will work for a lot of
It
people.
works for a lot of people.
I see
In
you.
front
I
of
see you
other
at night.
people.
I breathe in your face. You breathe in my face at night. I want to see you in web walking. That's just my
Exactly.
opinion.
It will work. It will work for some people in front of other people, but behind closed doors, it's not gonna work because they're in each other face so much that you want a break. You need a break, so they're gonna separate ways and meet again tomorrow for work. That's it.
I like to keep it separate.
Keep it
My,
separate.
my grandmother used to tell me, not eat at the same place. Don't eat and at the same place.
You never do that.
Yeah, if you could help it. But there are couples that do work together in terms of like a business. And that I could still understand because like you say in the business, you might be working in sales, he might be working in the field, So, if that could work. You know what I mean?
Other than that, nah, not sitting together
How about
at the
you?
same desk, nah.
No, I wouldn't myself. I think I need
That difference.
space. That's all. Yeah, I don't want to see somebody 24 hours a day. This is me.
Yeah.
Yep, morning, noon, and night, nah, that's too much.
I hear you.
And I work at home, and my husband is at home too. He's retired, and he's there, but we live such a life that I don't see him until lunchtime, dinner time, and like when we go to bed at night.
You have your
That's what I
personal
see.
space.
Yeah, we have our own space. He has his section, I have mine. Sometimes he go out for the day, I don't see him all day, So we keep it real, and
And
it
separate.
work. Yeah, it work.
I think it could work, but it's a hard thing. It could work, but it's a hard
It
thing,
will.
and it depends on how it's configured.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to be going into the Dare Help Team section of our program. We'll be right back. You are watching CUEXTV, Cultural Experience Television. We will be right back. Visit Elias Restaurant, a unique Greek Caribbean fusion restaurant where the food is heavenly, the service divine, and the ambience mesmerizing. Enjoy bakes and saltfish, roti, jerk chicken, curry chicken, stew fish, oxtail, curry goat, stew turkey, pea soup, culford soup, sour beer, ginger beer, Slovaki dinners, clubhouse sandwiches, and so much more. Visit Elias Restaurant, located at 3310 King Street in Toronto, Canada. Bringing QXTV to you on YouTube has been a real labor of love, but we're going to ask one little favor, that you click on the like option below and the subscribe option below. That's right, like us and subscribe to us. And if you want to know every time we load up a video, you can click on the notification bell and that will let you know every time we load up a video. But if you don't want to necessarily know every time we load up a video, you just want to like us and subscribe to us, just click on those options below so that we can continue bringing you this channel for years to come. Thank you for watching CUEXTV. You are watching CUEXTV, Cultural Experience Television. We will be right back. Welcome back to Caribbean House Talk. And we're about to delve into our Dear Help Team section of the show. And this is where people send ideas and ask us questions and we discuss them. And hopefully the person can get some insight on how something should be viewed or looked at. Alright, so Dear Help Team, I need your help here. Should you spend thousands of dollars on a child's birthday, even if it's a struggle?
No.
No?
No. Why would you struggle to spend thousands of dollars on a birthday party? If the child is like under 16 years old, sweet 16 people go out.
Well, that's the thing,
But,
though. It depends.
It depends on how old the child is. But if you're struggling at the same time, why would you do that?
And that's the key
Under
word.
struggle.
Mm-hmm.
You don't struggle to spend money. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I remember my daughter's first birthday was special. I wouldn't say thousands, but I was probably spending a little bit more because that's my first child, my first birthday. My son as well. We had a nice little party, but nothing extravagant. Her fifth, I think I took her to, we did something special. I don't remember what we did, but we did something special. 16, I spent thousands.
Okay.
You were there, you remember.
Was it a struggle?
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't use my mortgage to pay it, but it was a struggle. It was a beautiful Sweet 16 party, and I felt like that's like a really important age. Sort of that age when they started to come of age. You know.
Did you go into debt?
Not really, but I had to struggle. Like
Okay,
go
so
without
then
something.
it's not a real struggle.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, sacrifice. My thing
Yeah.
is, you don't do anything that's going to put you in debt.
Right.
Because that's just foolish.
I found a restaurant. I found a club that would make me pay in installments. So I would go and I would pay something I give him something down and I'll go. And he walked with me. So by the
Okay.
time the party was there, the food and everything was paid for in the hall.
That's
Well,
different.
that was a
Right.
sacrifice.
That's a
It was a
sacrifice.
sacrifice. But I don't know that I would
So
take
maybe
thousands.
we should probably clarify because I think anything that's going to put you in debt
It's
and hurt your pocket, then you should think twice about it more sensibly. Yes, we can do things that might be a struggle, meaning I may have to work a couple extra hours to pay for this. That's okay. It is your choice either way. But I think you should think twice if you're going to be in a lot of debt. If you can't pay your rent or you're gonna be out in some way because you're going to throw a party. There are
Right.
cheaper ways. You can, find a cheaper way to throw a party.
That's true.
So I think you have to be smart about it.
That's true. You don't put yourself in debt for a child's birthday party?
I can't remember doing that. I always, for me, I'm like a planner, so I would plan ahead. And
Absolutely.
I guess some of it was sacrifice, but I planned ahead, to
No, I never did that. We never did because we really couldn't afford to do that. Our kids were raised in slightly different. We had parties. We invited kids, not adults. That's where the money spent. We invited people with their children. They bring their children. They drop them off, and we had the party. Between a certain hour of the day, by 2-3 o'clock, the party was over. You can pick up your kids and go. And that's how we raised our kids. If we had to spend the money, we would spend it in a gift for this, for the kids. But most of the spending and stuff didn't go into the party, it went into the children. Because what we did, after that little gathering, we'll take the kids when the school break and go away and give them that, form of experience.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the money went. In vacation, in going away, family time. So
Right.
even up until they get old, as they get older, being boys, they didn't want too much fuss and stuff about parties, and we would go out to lunch or dinner or whatever,
Right.
and that was our family tradition for birthdays. Any birthday, me, my husband, any one of the kids, we go to a special restaurant and we just eat and come home and watch movies or whatever they want to do, and that's it. But we take them
Joseph's
out.
birthdays in October, so typically we go away at like one of the indoor water parks, like in
That's-
Poconos or someplace, and
Yeah.
we would have a nice little family get together because a lot of time I'm hustling, Rashida's hustling, boys have school, so that we take that extra that time in the week, or
Yeah.
even a Friday, we'll come back like on a Sunday
The
night.
Sunday night,
Let's
yeah.
have a nice little time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't believe in putting myself in debt.
No,
And then
yeah.
you know you're miserable, and the kids are miserable watching you being miserable.
Exactly.
You know?
We
And
sweat
then
it
complain about it after. That's
Exactly.
the worst part.
Yeah.
You know, I'm also a planner. I pay attention.
She's a
to
master
money.
planner.
Everything I do, I pay attention, and I start putting away ahead of time. And even I did two sweet 16s. I've done parties. I did a wedding. You know, but the wedding part for my daughter was like, this is what I'm telling you I can afford. You go over, that's on you. You do the rest. And I budget to the max. I plan everything.
My
Because
wedding?
I'm not going to be in debt for anybody
For everybody,
else.
that's true. My wedding, she helped me plan it. My
Yeah.
second wedding, yeah, she helped me
Yes.
plan it. And a shoestring, and it came out very nicely.
Exactly. Exactly.
I have a next thing for the Dear Help team. Dear Help team, what is the right age to buy your child their first car?
None.
No?
None.
Something to make your life easier.
Mm-mm. Listen, my son, well, I had my own car and my husband had his own car because of obvious reasons. I gave my son my car when he started working and needed a ride.
Instead of you go pick him up every night.
Right.
Yeah.
We started out picking him up, but then none of us could have gone to pick him up, so he had to get a ride from a friend to come home, and then after that, we gave him the car to go to school, to work, and home, and after that, the car is mine. Until eventually we let him, use the car totally. But the second car, that car had an accident and we had to write it off. But the second car, it's his car. He bought that car. We
Right.
didn't.
The first car
No.
my daughter had, she was about 16.
Yeah,
And-
not that.
No, she was about 16. She would drive to school and all that. But then the danger with that is that she got a lot of fast friends because she had wheels.
She had the car.
Most of those kids after didn't know she existed, but once she had a car. And I remember one day my ex-husband told me he was driving someplace and saw her speeding coming up the wrong side of the road. Oh my God, I almost had a heart attack. I was like, oh no,
Yep.
what am I doing? Now my son is coming to that age. He's 15, going to be 16 later this age. And this year rather. He'll be 16 in October. And I like the idea of giving him a car, but I'm a little nervous because I see that he would have a lot of fast friends who would want
That's
to.
what
And I heard him say yesterday, man, I wish I had some. He said something to the event. I wish I had some car, some wheels, so that we could go. And I thought that's what I'm worried about.
I don't think 16 years old is an appropriate age to give a child a car, especially with the stuff that's happening now. I raised two boys. And when I said my son go to school, he was in college. He was going to North Community College, and that's why he needed a car at the time. But the car come with restrictions, and he understood that. After when you get home and on the weekends, if you have nowhere to go, you don't use the car. Take the bus, get a ride somewhere. Somehow he goes out, and if he go out, his friends come and pick him up. That's it. You're not taking my car to joyride around and pulling friends here and there and everywhere. No. I made that clear, and he understood that, and that's how it was. Until eventually, as he get older and more sensible in his 20s, then he's, thing. But no, I don't think that's. And my other son, who had a car, with nothing with me to do with me, he got that car. That is his demise. That's what put him in the space where he's in right now, in trouble, because of the friends he attracted and the things that they were doing and all that kind of stuff. He went down a slippery slope with that car, and now he doesn't have a car, he doesn't have friends, he have nothing. Then he's seeing now what happened, how he got to where he is.
Consequences.
There were consequences.
And hopefully
he
he'll learn from it. You know what I mean?
He has learned. He has learned.
But I usually tell
But-
my son, don't feel like you have to experience something to learn from it.
No, you don't have to
You know,
either.
and I just see the friends that he have, which I think a lot of them are very opportunistic. I think they will latch on to him and want to ride, and all of a sudden he want to go. He's a black boy. He's going to be targeted more because by the police. Next thing you know,
Exactly. You have to be
you
very
know, you gotta be careful. So what
That's a
age?
big
You guys still have
problem.
an answer. What age? do you think?
I gave my
I think it's
boys.
maturity
I
level.
gave my boys at 18. I talking about it. Struggled. I struggled because they were boys, and I gave them. The only problem I had was the tickets.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Not when I said the tickets weren't brought to my attention, so they're stuck in the boys do that. They stick it in the thing. Oh, maybe when I get some money I pay it, and before you know it, the car is towed.
Oh,
So that was my only major problem with them because to me they weren't responsible enough. So I had to take a car and park it for a little while until I could pay those tickets. And said, well, you gotta walk until the tickets are paid.
Wow.
But you know, it's how you raise your children.
the maturity level too.
You have to raise them. You know, I don't know. It's how you raise your children.
I think so to a degree, but it's not always how you raise them, because you can raise your son very well, and I think you've done a great job raising your son, but you can't be with him 24/7.
Right.
So you're not there
And the
when
friends that may
there's
influence
peer
him.
pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't think that there is an age. You know,
I think it's a maturity
my daughters. I have daughters. They didn't get a car until they graduated college, and they put money to pay for their cars. You know what I mean? But based on where you live, can dictate whether you need a car too. You know, if you live in the outskirts of the city, then, you know, people are more prone to have cars. You just have to be really careful. I think boys are much more distracted. There would be, if I gave a car to my son that I don't have, there would be tons of restrictions.
Yeah.
The first time I hear you get a ticket or anything, the car is taken away.
You can't have it out. You can't have it
You
out.
can't
after
have
certain
all your
hours.
friends. No, you're not going to keep it out at 12, 1 o'clock. And this, I'm talking about a teenage boy. I'm very careful because boys are targeted,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd want to say no, don't do it, but that's really also not fair either. It's based on how your son. But he has to know that
There are
there are
consequences if you screw up.
consequences.
And
Anything, one thing happened, that's it.
But where you gonna? What do you need this car to do? Are you gonna drive to school and?
I think when they're in
Take the
college,
bus.
if they're responsible. I think if they're in
College
college
is
and they're
different.
responsible, at that point they're 18, hopefully a little bit older.
18
And let's say they're
is
college and they didn't go away at college, and they're college, they're not living on campus. I think circumstances and the maturity and the responsible level of the child, responsibility level of the child, could dictate whether or not you do that. So I think it's hard to put an age on it, but I think
Yeah, you can't
16
put
is a
an age.
sticky age.
It is.
Ooh,
And my
16
God,
and
the
you got
insurance
wins.
When the
too
answer
that
is
you
no.
have to deal with.
I did
Yeah.
It's a
17,
lot.
18.
Yeah,
And
think
I mean, at that point was a single parent. I think they took that into consideration, those two boys, it's like, because that was how I preached. I'm a single parent. Don't forget that. So I can do but so much. And I guess they respected that. That's how I saw it. They didn't respect the tickets. Well, one went on back to pay the tickets into the supermarket and back.
Well, good.
Yeah,
And
Tried to
both,
pay the tickets.
that's responsibility.
Yeah.
both of my kids started driving at 16,
Yeah.
and they went for their license. I was a nervous wreck. I didn't want my husband, I think I'd probably do better than he did teaching, but we put them through driver's ed.
Yeah.
I didn't care what the cost.
My
They
boys
went through
did
driver's
that too.
ed.
Yeah, that's
And so
important.
at 17, they
Yeah.
were able to get a license.
Yeah.
I have one car. They weren't taking my car out nowhere, And so when they
Right,
turned
that's
18,
important. Yeah.
Right.
they went
Driver's ed.
18, they went
Driver's
away.
ed, driver's ed.
They went away, and there was no need. I didn't see a need for them to have a car when they were in college. It just didn't make
So
sense.
they live on campus too, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
lived on campus. I
You're
didn't
supposed
see
to
a
be out
need.
partying. You're supposed to be in
So
campus.
I think it kind of all depends, but I think 16 is a little.
You're a little young.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You're still a child at 16. Stop it.
All right, so now I'm going to go straight into the holistic section of our program, and then we're going to take a break and come back and do the news. All right, and today's holistic health is lemon. Lemon is quite a little wonder food. It promotes hydration to help you stay hydrated. That's funny, I thought it would dehydrate you, but no, it promotes hydration. It supports weight loss, improves skin quality, because it's a cleanser, aids digestion, freshens your breath, help prevent kidney stones, and is a great source of vitamin C. I learned some things I didn't know. I did know some, but I didn't know some of these
What
things.
does it do to your teeth? Does it erode?
Well, it erodes the enamel.
Okay.
Right.
But
Can't you just drink some water after to make sure?
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah,
But you don't take straight
brush
lemon.
after.
And you,
I mean,
we're not
most
talking,
people
yeah, I think we
lemon in
dilute it
water.
Well,
down.
I drink lemon every morning. That's my first drink.
Is that the secret to your beautiful glowing skin?
Lemon with
I
water
put a
or
little,
just lemon?
I put a little of that vinegar in it. Just a teaspoon of the vinegar, what you call apple cider vinegar, and
With the lemon?
with the lemon, but make
And
the
some
lemon,
honey?
not hot lemon, warm lemon tea. It's so
It's
good.
good, okay.
Your first drink should be that. Yeah.
Okay, we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to go into the news of the day. You are watching CUEXTV, Cultural Experience Television. We will be right back. Visit Elias Restaurant, a unique Greek Caribbean fusion restaurant where the food is heavenly, the service divine, and the ambience mesmerizing. Enjoy bakes and saltfish, roti, jerk chicken, curry chicken, stew fish, oxtail, curry goat, stew turkey, pea soup, cowfoot soup, sorrel beer, ginger beer, Slovaki dinners, clubhouse sandwiches, and so much more. Visit Elias Restaurant, located at 3310 King Street in Toronto, Canada. Bringing CUEXTV to you on YouTube has been a real labor of love, but we're going to ask one little favor, that you click on the like option below and the subscribe option below. That's right, like us and subscribe to us. And if you want to know every time we load up a video, you can click on the notification bell, and that will let you know every time we load up a video. But if you don't want to necessarily know every time we load up a video, you just want to like us and subscribe to us, just click on those options below so that we can continue bringing you this channel for years to come. Thank you for watching CUEXTV. You are watching the Caribbean House Talk. Hello and welcome back to Caribbean House Talk. We're going to do the news of the day. Oh, Lord. Jesse Smollett.
I hear about this.
Never-ending saga. So this week, all charges were dropped. And he quickly went and said, I was exonerated. And, of course, the mayor of Chicago was up in arms about, the fact that they didn't understand why that would happen. There's now a state attorney, I don't remember if it's attorney general or somebody, an attorney for the government, who they're looking into her situation to see if she did something nefarious because she was known to be talking to members of his family, etc. Maybe they just know each other, I don't know. I'll give you my take and then I'll get everybody else's take. I couldn't say that this young man did what they're saying he did, but it does seem fishy. I'll be totally honest. I remember my daughter saying to me, what is the chance of these two Africans out with rope and bleach and blah, 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 and just know that this gay black man is going to be out at 2 o'clock in the morning? It just seemed too much soup or sauce on it. It had a lot. That being said, it's always a chance that you could make a mistake, that people could be mistaken what they're thinking. Because the media did kind of prosecute him. And that's the part I had a problem with, is that they didn't wait for any trial. They just went to town on this guy. And even the mayor, I felt, this is my feeling, I felt that the mayor is being very unprofessional.
Yes.
And he had to realize that there are a lot of people in the black community that are going to resent that. Not that they are favoring what this guy may or may not have done, but the fact that you as a mayor you're prosecuting this guy outside of the courts.
Thank you.
You know, he's guilty just because the police say he's guilty, and he's not entitled to a due process. Now that's one side of that. I feel that he needs to shut his mouth. Okay, I feel that he and his lawyer, every time they open their mouth, they're digging themselves deeper. She was showing that, he thought it was a white person because here are pictures of people who were black and who painted themselves white. Stop all of that. If you say a client is innocent and you would have probably some good knowledge as to whether he really is, because you can't squeal on him, so he might have been honest to you whether or not he was, whether or not he's innocent. You need to shut him out. I'm also confused why he would pay forfeit his $10,000 and do community service if you were exonerated. That doesn't sound like exoneration to me. It doesn't sound like he's been exonerated. It sounds to me like he made a deal.
They didn't say he was exonerated, and he didn't say that either.
He didn't say that?
No, that was not
he
his
did
words.
not say that.
He was in when he came out and they had that brief interview. The lawyer talked first. I don't even recall her saying the words exonerated.
No, that
I'm
was
And
sure
he
somebody
spoke
did, but I could be wrong.
briefly for a few seconds, and he said, I did not do these things. He said he didn't do it. He still claims his innocence. You want to claim your innocence, so what? Go ahead. You have the right to do that.
Mm-hmm.
What happened then afterwards is the police chief and the mayor got on TV and did an interview, and they were like, they're the one that was raving and going overboard. My thing is, I don't care about this. There are so many more important things in the world.
Thank you.
You put 16 indictments, which is totally ridiculous.
It was
against
ridiculous.
Something
It's
that
overkill.
What about all those cases? You had where the white men accused the black guy of doing this and rape or doing things to them and lied. You have tons of cases where people have lied to the police.
Here's the thing. Caroline said something, which was in the last show, one of the previous show, which is, if he did it, let's say he did it. Isn't that overkill for real?
It is overkill. Totally
No,
overkill.
I think if he did that, he needs help. He needs to get professional. I could see, find him something to pay back for the resources the city used. This is if he's running.
$130,000.
I don't think he
charging
should.
him now.
Okay,
They never made any other victim or anybody who made a claim or anybody who lied pay. Nobody else has had to do this.
Okay.
Why should he?
Okay, so
He's
that's a
already
point.
he's paid
In his career,
with what's going on, what's his career, whether it's being stalled or ruined or whatever. He has paid. Okay, he's done no more than any other person who might have told a lie. I don't know whether the man lied or not. And at this point, it should be done and over with. You have people in the Manafort case. You have people who have lied up and down. You have a president who lies and is behind every daggone day.
well, we get to him on another
And
show.
then here, this man, you want to make him an example? Enough is enough. You have wasted our time. All of you have wasted our time on this whole nonsense with Jussie Smollett. It shouldn't be breaking news. It shouldn't be all over the radios, the TV, every form of media. Enough is enough.
Let me say this.
We will never know what is really true.
What is really true.
We won't know.
And this is what I noticed with white America. And I don't care who get offended. Whenever there's some accusation of racism, America does not deal with its racist, ugly past. They get nervous and they want to be quick to look at, maybe they're lying, maybe this, maybe that. You know what I mean? So when this happened, whether or not this guy is innocent or guilty, it was this quick. He's like, so now they could use that in another case and say, remember what happened with that one? Maybe they're lying too. America does not like to deal with its ugly racial past. That's the bottom line. I don't know if he did it. I don't know if he didn't do it. Some of us have think that maybe he did. Some of us think, I don't think he did it, or you never know. I think none of us know for a fact if he did do it. And I think if he did, he's hurt his own career. I think this is overkill. I think Rahm Emanuel, that mayor, I think he needs to recognize that a lot of black people are going to resent the way he's handling this. He is going after this guy like he's committed an axe murderer. Yeah, the police chief. And the police chief, trying to make his career off of this case.
Embarrassed.
Go find a real case that you could make your career after. If this man lied, his career, whether or not he lied, is done. Okay, not done, but it's going to suffer greatly.
Empire showed him this past week, I made sure
Well,
I
they'll tape
watched
it already.
the show.
They were taped already.
Well, at one point they had said they weren't going to. Well, this time he showed up. Whether it was taped or not taped, he was there.
You know what it is? He did good for their ratings. He did good for their ratings. Even I, who never watched Empire, know the show, never really watched it. I think I watched one.
But now it's in the president's hands.
Who don't want to watch to see what the show is?
The president needs to mind his business.
This week?
He needs to mind his business.
Oh, I'll get to
All
him.
people
Bad for the
to open
world,
their
he
mouth.
says.
I'll get to him on
For
another
the
show.
country.
Oh,
All the
Let me
all
tell
the
you,
people to
It's
open
bad
their
for
mouth.
the country. So
That's
now they're
just
charging
disgusting.
Jesse $130,000
They can't. They're trying.
for all the resources and all the
Please.
things. Okay, let him pay it
No.
and be done. Leave the man alone.
that's what I'm saying.
No,
I'm not
they
saying they
can't.
should, but I'm saying I could quickly see if they said that, if he was found guilty, and you said, listen, let's make a deal because there are a lot of criminals and crooks out there, and we even know they have many of them in high places who would love to run their mouths, but they're getting away with murder every day. We all know that. And
And none of them have paid anything. And you know what? In the beginning, I would have said, okay, he should have paid. That's before they took it overboard with the whole 16 counts.
right.
Now, no. Okay?
Look at Manafort.
They,
Look at
they
Manafort.
dropped
How
the
many years he got?
cases. They dropped the charges. What is he paying for? What does he have to pay
Oh,
for?
for the
He shouldn't have to pay a
for
penny.
all the research and the things that they.
So what? That's their job. They do that for people every single day.
Look, all I can say is that I pray for Jesse every day.
And I hope he never goes back into Chicago because they will put on some trumped up charges.
Yeah.
The minute he comes there, they'll try. He's
need to
now
move out of
in
there.
California,
He
but
needs
I
to move out
hope
of
he
there.
never goes back to
He
Chicago.
needs to move out of there
Because the
because they'll
police
get him for
will
some.
fight
I think
him
every
for every
jurisdiction
little
will
thing.
be watching him.
And this is not
No
a
matter what
case for the
jurisdiction.
mayor to be jumping into. Chicago has so much crime. They have
Well,
poor
that's why they're
education.
embarrassed.
They have so much problems
Yeah.
that this just makes them even look more sillier to keep going after this man. Go, mayor, and take care of your business. Take care of the business of the city. The city needs you. We don't need to hear any more about Jesse because if he did do it, he will pay. He will pay one way or another.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes,
We don't
things will
need
find
you
you
involved in this. This is not a case for the FBI. This is not a case for the president. The president should have weighed in on his own cases
Yeah, he should
with the
mind his
hookers
own
and all
mess.
the people that he's dealt with and all the lying that he does
Exactly.
on a daily basis.
And all his rich white friends that are getting away with crap. Okay, in America, this is what I feel. I feel in America, if you are white and rich, you can do a whole host of crap and either just pay your way out of it or go scot-free. And if you do serve some time, when you come out, that book and that movie, ooh, God, that is so sweet. So, crime pays for white America. That's all I'm saying. If the guy did do this, I don't think the mayor should be doing what he's doing. And that police chief need to go learn to go do some real crime. Stop trying to make your career out of some nonsense.
Exactly.
Okay?
It's
He done
nonsense.
ruin his own career if he did it. So, enough of it. I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear of it. Get a life. You all need to get some serious.
Move
go after
on.
serious crime.
And there are actors
Exactly.
who have done so many. They have done way worse, where they've
Exactly.
actually hurt people,
Exactly.
murdered people. They robbery, drugs. That's not the case in this case.
Exactly.
So enough is enough. You know, we heard it. You know, you got people on your side, you got people against you. Can we move on, please? There's so much more in this world, in this country, to focus on. Can we move on? And by the way, just he's got more attention than the rich people in the college. He's got more attention than the whole individual Manafort case. He's got more attention than the things that happen, you know, various things with the president. He's got more attention than, what's the guy, Harvey, whatever.
Weinstein.
Yeah.
You ever hear about him
We
lately?
don't even hear anything else about him and the thousands or whatever
Right.
women that he has, you know, done things to.
They even have
So,
tape
come
with
on.
him telling, you
Stop
know,
it.
trying to get women up to his room and all that
I don't
stuff.
want to
Come on.
hear. You hear about Jesse turn TV. Nobody wants to hear
You know,
anymore of
I am
this.
sick and
Let's
tired
move
of
on.
America always using a black person to make the poster child for what ails America. They will have mess that people commit crime, people do wrong. We don't know if he did it, if he didn't do it. He probably did it. He probably didn't. I don't know. I can't say that. But the point is whether or not he did it. Let's even take the position that you believe he did it.
Yeah.
You know, stop trying to make black people the poster child for what ails America. and go deal with some real serious issue. That's my feeling on that. Y'all know we tell it like it is on Caribbean House Talk. So this brings us to the end of this edition of Caribbean House Talk. Ladies, it's always nice taking this journey with you.
Thank you.
Okay? So join us on another edition of Caribbean House Talk. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bringing CUEXTV to you on YouTube has been a real labor of love. But we're going to ask one little favor, that you click on the like option below and the subscribe option below. That's right, like us and subscribe to us. And if you want to know every time we load up a video, you can click on the notification bell and that will let you know every time we load up a video. But if you don't want to necessarily know every time we load up a video, you just want to like us and subscribe to us, just click on those options below so that we can continue bringing you this channel for years to come. Thank you for watching CUEXTV.